Hey guys, and welcome to the preview of the two best Champions League matches, in my opinion, this week. And they are PSG, Paris Saint-Germain of France versus Barcelona of Spain, and Bayern Munich of Germany versus Arsenal of England. Well. The Champions League is back, baby, and it's gonna be so good this Champions League because we really have no idea who is actually gonna win. Because usually you have three or four teams that these teams are gonna make semifinals at least. Usually it's Bayern, Real Madrid, Barca, and sometimes Atletico. So, but this season it's really unpredictable. Bayern, I mean, they're still top in their league, but they haven't been overly convincing, in my opinion. And Barcelona, they are not top of their league, and they haven't been convincing at all for me this season. Atleti are already, in my opinion, out of the Spanish title race. And Real Madrid, well, they've been doing pretty good, but they still had the odd result, like losing at home to Celta Vigo last month. So you can't really predict the Champions League this year. So that brings an opportunity for an English team or a French team to possibly win, or an Italian team. So that's pretty good then. Just for the neutral point of view, and that just enhances the quality and the suspense of the Champions League. Right, so let's get on with the first preview, which is between PSG and Barcelona. PSG have been quite good this season, but not overly convincing. I mean, Monaco are top of the league in France, and usually PSG dominates that league without breaking sweat. Last season they got almost 100 points, and they didn't lose a game until March. They didn't lose a single league game until March. How does that happen in the top league in Europe? I mean, that just shows how they dominated that league last year. Well, it's been pretty competitive this season, with Monaco dominating things and PSG and even Nice doing pretty well. So pretty good. I mean, from a neutral point of view, it enhances the quality of the French league. As for Barcelona, well, they haven't been overly convincing this season either. I mean, if you look at it, Real Madrid, they are leading the table by 4 points, and they have two games in hand. So, I mean, basically they're leading the table by, no, sorry, yeah, they're they played their game in hand at the weekend, so they are leading by 4 points of one game in hand. So, I mean, basically, assuming that Real Madrid wins their game in hand against Valencia on February the 22nd, they're leading by 7 points. So, I mean, that's got to improve from Barcelona's front. Well, so let's get to the battles. And the first battle is the defenders battle, and it's between Thiago Silva of PSG and Samuel Umtiti of Barcelona. Well, Thiago Silva is a leader. I've known him as a player for many years now. He was really good at Milan. PSG bought him in 2012, and he's a really class quality leader. He leads with what he does on the pitch, not so much vocally, but he really does lead with what he does on the pitch, and that's really important. So, I mean, Samuel Umtiti, well, he's a young French talent who I really enjoyed watching in in the Euros last summer. He reminds me of Marcel Desailly. You know, he's just really graceful in the way he plays, and he's really composed. So I really like Samuel Umtiti for that quality. But Thiago Silva, having known him longer, and him being a really important player for PSG and for Brazil, I'm picking Thiago Silva. Well, the midfield battle is going to be between Andres Iniesta and Andres Iniesta of Barcelona and Angel Di Maria of PSG. Well, PSG's magician and Angel Di Maria, well, let's just say he didn't have the best of times in England. Um, Handball, catching the ball before the ball went out of play, anything else, getting sent off for a really stupid reason, anything else. Um, oh yeah, just flopping in general. So I mean, he didn't have the best of times in England with Manchester United, but since he went to PSG, he's been a really high quality player. He's a player I've always liked because usually he doesn't always get the attention, but he's been a really good player. An honorable mention for my midfield battle is Julian Draxler, who has just joined from Wolfsburg, and he's been doing pretty well since he started. As for Barca, well, Andres Iniesta, we know all about him. He's the captain of Barca now, the player who came through the academy, brilliant passing. I mean, even if his defensive part of the game has improved over the years. So, pretty good player. But I'd have to say that Angel Di Maria wins this one because Angel Di Maria he's got more threats going forward in my opinion. Right. Uh, the final battle. I can't really do a battle here because MSN. I mean, I can't pick one of them because they're all strikers and all really good quality strikers. So I can't really pick one there. But I mean, it's it's really important that I pick one for PSG, and I'm going to go for Edison Cavani. Just to talk about him, I mean, he's pretty lethal when he wants to be, but he misses a lot of chances that makes you cringe. So he just needs to be more lethal. Because I especially remember in the group stage where he missed loads of chances, especially against Arsenal in the two games against Arsenal. So he needs to improve that side of his game. As for MSN, can I really say any more about them? Messi, Suarez, Neymar? No, not really. So just gonna move on. Barca wins that, and PSG win the battles 2-1. However, when it comes to the actual game, I think that Barca are gonna win this first leg. As for me, PSG are just not good enough to mix with Barcelona just yet, and they still need another year to make that move. But you've got to take into consideration that Zlatan Ibrahimovic moved this year, and they've really, really missed Zlatan Ibrahimovic. So, that's probably a factor in why they haven't done so well this season. All right, my prediction for this game is that um, Barcelona will win 2-1, possibly 3-1, and take a really good um, lead back to margin of victory back to Barcelona. So that's my prediction. Right, time for part two, and that is the prediction of Bayern Munich versus Arsenal. Bayern Munich and Arsenal have met many times in recent years. Many, many times. and it's the same outcome each time. Bayern wins, Arsenal shows a bit of promise for 5 minutes, and then Bayern break and they score, and then Arsenal lose. So it's probably gonna be about the same this time. Bayern have been have not been that convincing in their league, but they're still leading. And Arsenal, it's been same old in the Premier League, showing promise at the start of the season, but just utterly capitulating when it really matters. So this is going to be a pretty quick preview, to be honest, because Bayern are going to win, because I don't see Arsenal winning with their mentality, with their lack of mentality. So, that's really, really, really important. You need mentality, right? So as for the battles, the first battle is going to be between the goalkeepers, and it's between Manuel Neuer and Petr Cech. Manuel Neuer is a really, really, really good player who who's the best goalkeeper in the world for me. Sweeper keeper as they always call him. I can't really say that much about him anymore, and neither about Petr Cech. So I pretty much know the two qualities of these players, and Manuel Neuer wins this battle. Right, the battle of the defenders is between it's gonna be between Jerome Boateng of Bayern Munich and Laura Koscielny of Arsenal. Jerome Boateng, well, he's in my opinion. There are a lot of people that would disagree with this, but in my opinion, Jerome Boateng is the best defender in the world on his day. So that probably does decide the battle. But I do want to talk about um, Laura Koscielny as well, because he, he's arguably the best defender in the Premier League. He's got a real composure about him that really does help in bad situations, and he's a leader as well with what he does on the pitch. And but unfortunately for him, Jerome Boateng wins this battle, which makes it 2-0 to Bayern. Now, midfield battle is only going to be one midfield battle, and it's going to be between Xabi Alonso and Granit Xhaka. Xabi Alonso, well, his passing has always been well documented, but I do want to take note of how he has improved defensively over the years, especially since he came to Bayern, because he used to play a new position. So it's pretty good how he has improved so much defensively. But it's this one has to go to Granit Xhaka, because for this position he is better defensively. He's incredibly reckless, and he's got to improve that. But he will be a very, very good player in the future. Now, the final battle is between the two strikers, Robert Lewandowski and Alexis Sanchez. Well, in terms of this season, Alexis Sanchez has been better. In terms of full ability, Lewandowski is better because his finishing, my word, his finishing. He in terms of one touch finishing, he is the best out there. And we shouldn't underestimate Alexis Sanchez, because Alexis Sanchez is the top scorer in the Premier League this season and actually has more goals than Lewandowski this season. So let's not forget that. But in terms of pure ability, Lewandowski is better. So that makes it 3-1 to Bayern. And I'm going to go for the same scoreline in the actual match. Bayern will win 3-1, and they will take a huge lead to the Emirates in 3 weeks' time. Alright, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Bye bye.